Hello everybody, welcome to Monarch. My name is Sam. If I asked you how you were doing today, I hope the answer would be that you were doing fantastic. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about some different types of university slang. You may hear these mentioned in my videos, you may hear this as you're going to uni, you might hear people talking about it that are applying for uni. Basically, these are going to be covered in every sense of university. And it's going to be a good idea for you to learn what they mean early on, and hopefully it will help you understand not just my videos, but obviously what's actually happening when you reach university. So, enough introduction, let's just get into it. So, the first term you may hear when you reach university is the word lecture. Now, this is a bit of a confusing one because it's not very easy to explain based on something you've already done. I guess the closest comparison I could make is it's the same as an assembly, maybe, that you'd do through to sixth form, I guess. You can have assemblies at any point. But a lecture is basically a large group of people sat in a room, and you just listen to the tutor at the front. You take notes on what they're saying, and that's about it. It's not a very interactive one. It's just you sit there, you listen to the person talking, you take your notes, and then you learn them. That's about it for a lecture, but yeah, probably one of the more confusing ones that most people haven't heard of before. And then staying on a similar vein, we've got the word seminar next. So the second term is seminar. So what a seminar is much closer to a normal class that you would have at primary school, secondary school, whenever, even in sixth form. It's you sit in a smaller room with a lot less people, 20 to 30, depending on the module. I guess it could be even 5 or 10. It depends on what course you're doing as to what you do in your seminars, really. But sometimes you'll be going over information that you've got in the last lecture. Sometimes you'll be answering questions based on what you've learned. Sometimes you'll just be talking to each other to consolidate what you've learned with each other. So it's quite an open-ended one, but the most similar comparison would just be a normal class at primary or secondary school is the best way I could describe it. It's much more interactive than a lecture. It's much more close, familial, like it's a tight-knit group rather than maybe up to 300 people in one room. It's up to like 30, so that's what that is. A term. Now, you've probably heard this word before, the third word being term. Obviously, at primary and secondary school, you also have terms and half-term breaks and whatever. A university term is the full 12 weeks that's not broken up by the half-term holiday, basically. So a term is a period of 12 weeks, again, dependent on the university and the course you're doing. It's a bit of a mess. It's just a 3-month period, basically, where you are in term time doing your work. That's all that is. On the other hand, the fourth word is semester, which is more confusing because instead of 3 terms, you have 2 semesters, which end up being about 1.5 terms each, which is much more confusing. So with a semester, it's less about a period of exact time, and it's more to do with how long you'll be studying each module. So you typically have 2 semesters where you'll do, this is dependent on the course again, but with my course, you do 4 modules per semester, and then as the next semester starts, you take on another 4. So you have 8 modules in total, 4 per semester. Cool. The 5th term is undergraduate. So this is the lowest form of degree you can do. This is, you've come straight out of college, sixth form, maybe you've done an apprenticeship or something like that, you're just going straight into university. The lowest form you can do is an undergraduate degree. It's not the only one you can do, because you can go straight onto a postgraduate, which again makes no sense considering the literal meanings of the word, but university slang is very confusing, which is why I'm here teaching you, as you can probably tell. The sixth word, leading on from undergraduate, is postgraduate, as I've just mentioned. So a postgraduate degree is one you do typically after your first undergraduate degree. As I say, not always the case. There are some undergraduate degrees that are basically postgraduate degrees at the same time. University makes no sense to anyone. Seventh term is bachelor's. So a bachelor's degree is an undergraduate degree. It's the lowest form of degree you can take. Pretty self-explanatory after I've just explained what an undergraduate degree is. A master's, on the other hand, is the next step up. So it's a postgraduate degree, which, as you now know, comes after the undergraduate or bachelor's degree. There's your master's. Then after that, if you stay in education for even longer, you can do what's known as a doctorate, which is our ninth term, which is another postgraduate degree, but that comes even further after the master's. So you've got your bachelor's, master's, and then your doctorate. So, 3 different types of degrees. I hope that I explained them all and the system that, like how it stacks on top of each other. The 10th term, bit of a different one. Less complicated now. Freshers, you've probably heard this if you're looking into university in any way whatsoever. So freshers is just people who are starting university. They're in their first year. They're new to the university. It also refers to the start of the year. So it's people that are new and the start of the year. 2 different meanings for the same word. The next term we're going to cover is module. You may have heard me say this a few times now throughout. So a module is one specific section of your wider degree, or known as a course, which we'll cover in a second. So the module will be a specialized part of your course, which will focus on a smaller aspect of the overall area. So for me, I'm studying business, so I might do a module on marketing or on operations, finance, whatever. So it's just a more specialized subsection of the wider course. And then the final word for you, as I've just said, is course. So what is a course? It's literally just what you're studying. Whatever you apply to do, whether that be art, sociology, psychology, maths, science, whatever, that is your course. That's what you're applying to do. That's what you're going to be studying for the whole 3, 4, however many years your degree is, typically between 3 and 4, but that's up for debate as well, because as I've said countless times throughout this video, nothing at university makes sense. But with that, we've reached the end of the list. So I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed so far, please remember to subscribe. This is a very new channel, so any engagement you can give me will be much appreciated. As of today, we've officially started our weekly uploads, or I guess technically last week, but yeah, this is the 2nd week in a row. So expect more videos coming soon, specifically next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. I'll get to making more videos very soon, and until next time, remember to stay educated.